The Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. They're the world's most fearsome fighting team. They're turtles in a half shell, and they're green. And when the evil Shredder attacks, these turtle boys won't cut no slacks. I remember playing the original Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle game in the arcade, and I used to love it. You just start off fighting through a building that was on fire, trying to rescue April, and you could either be Leonardo with his swords. My personal favourite was Michelangelo. I like the nunchucks. I don't know why, I just love the nunchucks. And I just like beating up these purple ninjas and throwing them across the room and then taking on robots, and it was just brilliant. It was a fantastic beat 'em up, and I used to love it. I've still got it now, and I still play it from time to time because it's such a classic game. And the other day I saw this game, the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Shredder's Revenge, and I thought, what's that? I thought, is that the game? And I thought, no, it's like a remake of the original arcade game, and it's just like the original arcade game. You punch guys in the face, you throw purple ninjas around the room, you take on robots. You know, it's just like it was back in the 90s. And I used to love the original game, I really did. And I like all beat 'em ups, from Streets of Rage to the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. You know, they're all classic games. So I was kind of eager to play this. And as soon as I started playing it, I realised it's pretty much identical to the original game. Yeah, they've changed certain things, but basically it's a remake of the original arcade game. And that's not a bad thing. So if I can get my nunchucks out and start beating up purple ninjas once again, I'm all for it. And in this game you either bash the buttons and hit and hope, or you try and use your skill combinations. And to be honest, this game has surprising depth. There's a lot of combo moves, there's a special attack. It's basically everything you expect from a beat 'em up. It's very addictive as well. I enjoy beating through the bad guys and just going through the levels, and it's got surprising humour and jokes, but that's what you should expect from a Teenage Mutant Ninja computer game. I mean, at the end of the day, it was a cartoon series, and these guys were massive in their day, and that game was massive as well, so I can understand why they brought it back. They're almost paying homage to the days of the past. And with Shredder and Bebop and Rocksteady and all the bad guys are there. Splinter, all the turtles are there. April. You can even play April as a character, which is pretty cool. In my experience, everyone's favourite turtle is Leonardo with his deadly swords. And then Michelangelo with his cool nunchucks. And then probably Donatello with his big stick. And then finally Raphael with his pizza cutters. When it comes to a beat 'em up, it's all about how many moves and combos you can do. And in this game, you can unlock more moves and more combos as you progress, so that's pretty good. Because otherwise, if you're doing the same 3 moves again and again and again, it would tend to get a bit dull and a bit boring. Fortunately, there's enough combos and enough special moves to unlock, which, keep the game fresh. As well as your normal fighting moves, there's also some special kills and some environmental moves you can use, like throwing cameras at people in the studio or using a water hydrant on the street to spray water and knock your opponents down, so that adds pretty nice touches. And of course the game is multiplayer too, so you and a friend can fight side by side and shell to shell against purple ninjas as you beat the crap out of everybody and fight your way to the end of level boss. And of course these games wouldn't be complete without a huge end of level boss, and there's always a big end of level boss. Multiplayer really works well on this game. It's nothing more satisfying than double teaming bad guys. You hit him, your mate hits him, and he knocks him flying across the room. It's brilliant. To me, this game is button bashing, bad guy mashing, glorious fighting, beat 'em up action at its very best. And I really enjoy playing it. Ugh.
Looks like another victory in a force of good. Cowabunga! No, you lose, I know. Big Apple, 3
In many ways, everything about this game is an improvement on the arcade original. You got more moves, you got more action, more bad guys, but one thing I don't like is the theme tune. I used to love the original theme tune, that was classic. Now they've got a new theme tune and I just don't like it. What gives the game some depth is each turtle has his own way of fighting, his own skill set, his own moves, and that's quite cool. So you can always change up your characters, and that's great for multiplayer. And like I said, you can put some great double team tag moves together, you know, and really beat the crap out of those purple ninjas. Add to that, you've got special moves, and if you wait long enough, you can unleash an awesome move where you just take out almost like 10 guys in one go. As well as fighting the classic purple ninjas, you will find ninjas in various colours with different weapons, and they will get harder and they will have different attack patterns and styles that you'll have to learn to gain an advantage against them. On top of that, this is not a thinking man's game. This is about bashing buttons and bashing bad guys. If you just want to relax and chill out for a couple of hours and beat up some bad guys, then this is a great game. As you play through the game, the ninjas will always try and ambush you, jumping out of windows, jumping out of bin bags, and it's always pretty cool. They try and surprise you, popping out of manholes and all kinds of stuff. As well as multicoloured ninjas and bad guys, you've also got those R2-D2 rip-off robots that fire cables and try and electrocute you. They're back too, so that's pretty cool. This game has enough moves, enough comedy ninjas, enough pizzas, enough robots to keep anyone entertained, you know, for a while. I mean, at the end of the day, it will get a bit repetitive, but that's the nature of beat-em-ups. But, you know, if you like beat-em-ups, you're going to love it. You know, and if you like the Turtle game, you're going to really love it. I spend a lot of time playing classic beat-em-ups, so to play a modern game that's based on a classic beat-em-up is kind of paradise for me. The fast, frantic kung fu action, the comedy, the slick cartoon graphics, I mean, it all comes together really well to make a really impressive looking package. And of course, as you all know, I'm an expert in kung fu, so there's nothing I like more than beating up bad guys. I like a good ruckus. You can play this game as a single player, which is pretty cool, and it is fun. But if you want to get the best out of it, I'd suggest playing it with a friend, because the multiplayer fighting side-by-side action, you know, is really cool. Like I said, this is not a thinking man's game, but beating up a bunch of purple ninjas and throwing them around the screen, you know, it takes out a bit of frustration, and that's all pretty good.
Say your prayers.
The problem with this game is it will get a bit repetitive from time to time. However, it is a beat 'em up. It is what it is. And it's based on a very classic arcade game, so you can't really change it too much. But I do wish there was a bit more to it. But at the end of the day, it's a beat 'em up. You know, you can't expect too much from it. I'd give this game 83 out of 100. It's based on a classic from the past, and it makes a pretty good game today. They've brightened everything up, they've brought it into the modern era, and I think they've made a damn good game. It's not a fantastic game, but it is a good game. And if you want to beat up a bunch of purple ninjas and take out your frustrations, then this is the game for you.